like most of the time, pay attention, right? The New King James Version Bible. Go do your research. Who is King James? What was King James about? Where did King James come from? What was King James' studies and practices before he did his full translation of the Roman Bible? Okay? So in order for Christianity to be created, right, you must have had to know dead Latin, okay? You had to know Latin. But most of the creation of that before Catholicism, it came from Egyptian, okay? Egypt, Arabic, okay? So it was Arabic, Egyptian, in which most Egyptians speak what? Arabic, okay? So when you speak in tongue, you're actually speaking in Arabic, unbeknownst to a lot of people, all right? So Holy Ghost, you're speaking Arabic, unbeknownst to a lot of folks. And when you start digging deeply, prior to those practices, you have the Shak. I have to figure out how to pronounce it very clearly, okay? That is the practices of India, where you hear about them going, you know, speaking of Shiva and all this other stuff. It runs very deep, okay? And when you get into those, you will start to realize at the same time, the King James Version Bible was based off of other practices where they were able to do submission and brain control over certain people, and because they started bringing slaves over around the 16 to 1700s, okay? But how to train them, because they had to learn how to shut down our original practices of each land. Each continent had their own practices, okay? Like Australia, the Aboriginal people, okay? Their practice were their original practices, okay? Then that's when you go to India, so forth and so forth, when you go to these mosques. But when you go ahead to pay attention to those things, you start to understand the religious and the concepts of the connections between them all. And I know it sounds very elaborate, but the point of it is King James Version Bible was not ever the original Bible, ever. It was just a control book.